Alright. All praise, glory, and honor be to the Most High Yahweh. Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the true name for the Almighty, and Yahweh Shai is the true name for the Son of the Almighty. Our Lord and Savior was going to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel from the coming destruction that is coming upon all the world. Alright. Double honors to the apostles of James Grimstone, and salutations to the Akim, pushing this word with our sincerity and in our truth. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, West Indians, are the real Israelites, were the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. Alright, now, we just want to touch into, this cashless society, what it is all about and how it will affect, a day-to-day life. These are end-time prophecies. The reason why these banks, business establishments, whatsoever you call it, bus systems, taxi system, everything that use cash, alright, will be not using cash any longer, but a system is coming in place, created by the so-called white man to abandon cash, the full use of cash, and let me read something on the cashless society, alright, and then we get into the precepts. Alright, so it's here's how a cashless society would affect day-to-day life. Now, a cashless society is basically as we call it now, like an indirect, push for those who don't agree, with the system, and to take, for example, when they come with the chip, if you don't have the chip, because getting rid of cash, there will be a new money, there will be a new currency, right? And that is the reason why in Jamaica, the government of Jamaica have made Jamdex, which is a central bank digital currency. Jamdex, which is Jamaica Digital Exchange, which really is a CDBC. It's called a central bank digital currency. It's the same thing, same mechanism. Alright, that is coming into play. They made it legal tender, meaning that you can use it to purchase goods, and cash is legal tender also right now, but it is coming to a point where it will no longer be legal tender, so you cannot use it anywhere to do anything. Alright, it will become a useless piece of paper, which will worth nothing but to wipe your ass with. The elder Shapar always said that, which is true. Have you ever have you ever thought about, let me run through this quickly, and hopefully brothers can get edified, or hopefully, have you ever thought about the ramifications of a cashless society? I'm talking about the real first person effect, not some ephemeral conspiracy theory or possible biblical prophecy, which it is biblical prophecy. This is bad news for a lot of reasons, not the least of which are the ways it would affect day-to-day life. Here's my definition of a cashless society, so we're all singing from the same songbook. Cash would no longer be legal tender. Therefore, you would not make purchases with it, pay bills with it, or spend it in any way. You would not be able to deposit cash into your bank account, so you wouldn't be able to accept cash for an exchange of goods or services. Therefore, cash would be nothing more than a worthless piece of paper. I know. Debt-based currency is a loyal, different article though. We are heading this way. Alright, we are already in it. Alright. Companies, you have Starbucks, Wally Park had a company going cashless. Starbucks recently, I think in 2021, install their Amazon, or you can purchase without, cashierless Amazon thing, the system, because Amazon have a system where you can take your goods, take whatever you're buying, and you deduct it from an account. It's a digital shop, some digital marketing, digital marketing, or you can just, you don't need any cashier to check out and all of that, even to pay for it. You take up what you want and it automatically deduct it from your bank account. All right. So Jose recently wrote that Venezuela is rapidly becoming cashless, and here in the United States, a concerning early sign is that there is a change shortage, which was purposely done anyway, which is causing many of stores to give you your change, and a store loyalty card are invited to donate that change to some cause, and that was orchestrated. All right, so let me jump to side gigs, and then we can get the precepts and read this last piece. There are more to it, but a lot of folks are really struggling right now with the CV-19 shutdowns. Jobs have been lost, hours have been cut, and financial problems abound. And one of the ways that these people are making ends meet is with side gigs. Folks are cutting grass, cleaning house, driving for Uber, delivering food, babysitting. They are coming up with all sorts of ways to make some extra cash. A huge percentage of these people are being paid in cash. But if suddenly you can no longer spend your cash, you would need to be paid electronically. How many people who don't already have a business have a merchant account for taking credit or debit cards? There are options like PayPal, Venmo, so that is it. And what the cashless society is all about, and the digital society is all about, is to give accountable for all cash. I think you go down further where it show you how it's going to be traceable. Even your cash going to be traceable. And that's what the central bank digital currency is all about. You're going to be told what you can spend it on, how you should spend it. And you're going to be programmable money. So getting rid of cash is bringing in this new system. All right. And the CV-19 pandemic was actually a test run to see how the system would work and the compliance of the people. And they got what they need, man. They got what they want out of it. They see that a lot of people are easily compliant when it comes to their livelihood. This is Habakkuk 1 verse 4. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment does never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeded. Now the reason for bringing out this precept is the part where it said, for the wicked, the law is already slack. We don't get any judgment or justice from this society because of a wicked and oppressive system. The law don't establish judgment and righteousness. He said, for the wicked doth compass about the righteous. All right. Now the word compass means to surround, and that's the point that I want to get out of that. The wicked compass about the righteous, meaning that we are surrounded. All right. We are surrounded by the wicked. All right. And what he's doing with the cashless society is to actually shut us out, to shut out the righteous. All right. Directly and indirectly. All right. To shut out whosoever don't agree with their agenda, to shut them out of the system. So you won't be able to buy nor sell, as what Revelation the 3rd. That's how Revelation the 13th chapter and the 16th verse come into play. You won't be able to buy nor sell, save you that have the mark or the mark of the beast, man. All right. So you go back to surround, the word compass, encircle, and that's what happened. The enemy already surrounded us, but now what they want is to force the people in general into subjection, into actually force them into a corner to choose, to whether they basically don't have any choice but to choose to accept their agenda. And this is gonna come with the shortage of food. It's gonna come with the inaccessibility to health care and to buy food. And that's what they always say. You won't have access to government services unless you have, this chip in your hand. And it's all Bible prophecy, man. This is Daniel 9:25. And 2 is policy. Alright? 8:25. And 2 is policy. He shall cause craft to prosper. And these policies are these laws to cause craft to prosper in his hand. Alright? And that is the reason why these craft work are being prosperous, because he actually use his laws, his system, his policies, his constitution, alright, to push these and to enact these laws, alright, to pass these bills, to shut people out of society, alright. And it begins indirectly, man, but you're gonna come to a forceful method, like a more draconian method, draconian way of doing it. That's why the scripture says what he spake as a dragon, alright, because that word dragon go back to what draconian, strict, severe, and that's what the so-called white man. And when it mentioned dragon right there, it's talking about Esau, the so-called white man, alright. He also shall stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hands. Alright, and that's all because of his pride, because he's gonna get so proud that he's gonna think to fight against the prince of princes, which is Yahushua. But Yahushua gonna break him without hands. But that's the point, that he's causing craft to prosper. Right now you have the law that Biden enacted, the executive order. I forgot the number, where actually CDBC will be the new medium, alright, of exchange, the new thing from where the new money basically, alright, which ultimately is a chip, ultimately is a chip. Now, alright, where am I? Alright, Psalms 140 verse 8. Grant not, O Yahweh, the desires of the wicked. And what are the desires of the wicked? To accomplish a new world order. Alright, and the new world order, which they call what the fourth industrial revolution, will be a society, that don't use cash, but in order for you to be of use or use anything in that society, you have to have a chip. In order for you to have access to anything, to healthcare, to food, you have to have a chip. But the Heavenly Father, this is David. Let me get confirmation if this is David. A prayer for protection against, a song of David. It's and here it's a prayer for protection against the wicked. And that's what we, should be praying for. Alright? He says, 1, deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man, and preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischief in their heart. Alright, continually they are gathered together for war. Alright, and this cashless society is war. The enemy is using this method of a cashless society to shut out the righteous. Alright, and you're gonna see ultimately that's what it's gonna play right into, man. Alright, they have sharpened their tongue like a serpent. Alright, others' poison is under their lips, which is what? That chip. Alright, that chip, man, that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Anybody take that, anybody that is an Israelite who take that chip, you're gonna be cut off from the Most High, and you're gonna be cut off, man, without remedy, because the Most High is gonna destroy you. Keep me, O Yahweh, from the hands of the wicked, and preserve me from the violent man. Don't let us be caught up in this man hand. And even if anyone will get caught by this man to be punished or to force to take the chip, the Heavenly Father gonna protect his own, man. He's gonna protect his elect. Once you're in the elect, he's gonna give you spiritual power, and you're gonna actually overcome. And if it's by death, that's the way you have to glorify him. That's why Scripture say, as much as Yahweh had suffered for us, on yourself likewise with the same mind, because these men, when they creep up or catch some of women, them are try to punish us, for take the chip. Alright? And some men will die. But that's the glory. That's how we're gonna glory out about Shemir Shai in the flesh, man. Alright? Who have purpose to overthrow my goings. Because our goings is righteous, and we are the Israelites, and our kingdom is next. And that's why their agenda is to overthrow us. The proud have hid a snare for me, which is what? The RFID microchip, the cashless society. It's a snare. The NIDS, the NIDS program, the NIDS platform, the NIDS framework that they are establishing in Jamaica, and worldwide, the special ID system that they are developing in these different countries around the world, because of a UN mandate, and UN is part of the B system, which is pushing this new world order agenda anyway. You say, well, the proud have hid a snare for me, the cards and cards, they have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. See that? See? Where is it? Right. I'm going for it. Let me jump to verse 8. Verse 8 says, grant not, O Yahweh, the desires of the wicked. Alright? And the desire of the wicked is what? The new world order. See? The new world order, the great reset, the new normal. These are terminology with them use, but ultimately it's called the new world order. Alright? So he said, David is praying, this is a prayer. Grant not, O Yahweh, the desires of the wicked. And that's why we can never be for the system. No matter how they want to pretty it up, the Heavenly Father has given us eyes to see through the vain words and the pretty words and the deceitful words of these wicked leaders and these wicked men in our society. Further, not his wicked device. That's why the scripture says what? In Job, that disappoint him. And sorry, that he should not. I'm gonna get it. Lest they exalt themselves. See? As for the head of those that compass me about, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. So those that surrounded us, their own mischief gonna cover them. Alright, those that compassed us and lay snares about us, closing in on us, man. The Heavenly Father gonna make their own mischief, alright, to cover them, and they're gonna fall into their own trap. Now, enterprise. Alright, this is Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. Alright, well, the scripture says what? Through his policy, make craft to prosper. This is a man that used craft in every way. These are our people who use craft to get their way, man. Alright? But the Heavenly Father is God, is the power, is the true power that gonna protect his elect and destroy the wicked. That's why he said it in Job. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. The devices, the apparatus, the things that this man is using to perform and to create this new world order, he's going to disappoint him, man. Those devices are going to come to naught, so that their hand cannot perform their enterprise. Their enterprise is what? Their new world order. But their Heavenly Father is what? He's going to disappoint him. Alright? There's a great disappointment coming for the so-called white man. Alright. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him. Let me see. Yeah. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him. Cast him down. Alright. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. See? That's another prayer. From men which are thine hand. Because at the end of the day, the Most High use these so-called white man, Esau. They are an instrument of the Most High. The Most High use them on the left hand side to carry out also his work. So they are puppets. Alright, the Heavenly Father is the ultimate power. The Most High is using them. Alright, but they think in themselves that they are the one in control, but the Most High could prove them and show them. So you are me in him in a control. From men which are thine hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes, which are, the so-called white man Esau, the wicked. Alright, so we're getting it right there. God bless us different to the hopeful elect. Alright, even though the enemy is closing in and encircle and surrounding us through his policies, alright, to affect our the way we live, alright, to affect the way we go about our daily life, to bring discomfort, which is necessary, because the discomfort must come before we get comforted. When we get my boss. When we get discomforted, that's when Yahweh Shai gonna comfort us. Alright, so it's gonna work in our favor anyway. Alright, because whosoever is of the Most High, Scripture says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. See? And these are weapons that are formed against us. The cashless society is a weapon. The NIDS is a weapon. The mark of the beast is a weapon. The RFID microchip is a weapon that is formed against us, the righteous. But even the Father is going to comfort us, man. So without all this, was different to the work for the elect. Shalom.